Good evening, friends. Welcome back to Stories with Pastor Macy. Is it hot enough for you? It's been really hot here in Portland. I'm out on the porch because there's at least a little bit of a breeze out here. I don't have air conditioning inside, so we're a little bit warm. I wanted to finish the final part of Benny the Beaver with you tonight. This is part 5 of Benny the Beaver, and we've learned a lot about beavers so far. And when we left Benny and his friend Sally, they were running away from a cougar who was across the pond from them, but it wasn't a very big stream. It wasn't a very big pond. So let's see what happens next. The cougar could not waste time making faces at the beavers, so he left. There would be another day, maybe, when things would go differently. Now Benny and his mate Sally worked harder than ever before. In the middle of the pond, after it had grown wide and deep, they built a platform of mud and stones. Around this, they built walls that sloped in like an igloo. Then they piled long poles over the top and plastered mud all around. In the floor, there were 2 runways that led out underwater. Can you see the 2 holes? The 2 runways underwater. They continued piling sticks on top, but did not plaster it. They would do that before winter hit. Now, when they had everything ready and safe against the world, another beaver came into their paradise. Beavers are usually friendly to strangers, but this was no stranger. It was Ruffo. He paid no attention to Benny, but was very much interested in Sally. She swam away and ran up on the shore. Ruffo followed. Benny, his patience finally at an end, swam after Ruffo and bit into his juicy big tail. Ruffo turned, but he saw that Benny was furious now and afraid of nothing, not even Ruffo. The bully, a coward as usual, backed up to see whether he could bluff his way out of this. Sally slipped back into the water. Ruffo soon found out that there was no way out of this fight, for Benny jumped at him like a wildcat. Ruffo, though quite a bit bigger than Benny, was too fat and could not move fast enough. Benny had worked hard and was strong. Again and again, Ruffo had to back up before his furious attacks. Sally wanted to help, but she saw that Benny was doing very well by himself. Just then, she caught sight of another danger. The cougar passing by had heard the noise, and now his black-marked face showed above a log near the fighting beavers. Sally slapped her tail hard on the water and dived, hoping that Benny would make it to safety. Benny heard the warning, and being a well-trained beaver, he dived into the water as fast as he could and joined Sally in the lodge. While there, both beavers heard a report far louder and sharper than the crash from a falling tree. It scared them more than ever, and they stayed where they were for a long time. They didn't know that the cougar had caught Ruffo. Neither did they see the rancher ride by and shoot the cougar. This was the loud sound they heard. The man had come to see how his beavers were doing, and was just in time to see the big cat with Ruffo in his mouth. When later in the day Benny and Sally poked their heads above water, they saw both their enemies laying still on the shore. They watched suspiciously for a while from the safety of the top of their lodge. There was no movement, and soon they felt more relaxed. The rancher returning down the trail felt bad about his pair of beavers. They had made a good start, and now one and probably both were dead. If only he had caught the cougar sooner. But rounding the bend, he was surprised and delighted to see the contented pair sitting on the lodge, dreaming in the evening sunlight. That is the end of our story about Benny the Beaver. And I like the final image. See, we have the rancher there looking out for them, taking care of them from afar. And sometimes that's kind of how it feels like God is with us, that He's far away, watching over us, But the wonderful thing about God is that we're not wild animals and He's not a stranger. That we can be friends with Him, we can invite Him into our home, into our heart, and that He will always take care of us. But He wants to be in a relationship with us. So whatever's going on in your life, whether you're sweating because you don't have air conditioner, or if there's something more going on in your life, you can always take it to your friend Jesus. I hope to see you again soon for more stories with Pastor Macy, and I might even see some of you at church tomorrow, either online joining us digitally or in person, and I will look forward to however I interact with you soon. Have a wonderful Friday night and a blessed Sabbath day. Bye-bye.